Now, purification of colloids. We are going to discuss the methods to purify colloids. Now, before we discuss the methods of purification of colloid, what is the need of purification of colloid? As you know, that lyophobic colloids, they are unstable and they need a stabilizing agent to keep the dispersed phase and dispersion medium binded together. And for that we use a small amount of electrolyte which stabilizes a colloid. Now, if the amount of electrolyte or if the amount of impurity in an in a lyophobic colloid is more, then that leads to precipitation of the colloid. Therefore, if any impurity or the electrolyte is present in a lyophobic colloid, it is necessary that it should be removed. So, what does purification of colloid mean? So, the purification is the process used to reduce the amount of impurities to the required minimum amount is known as purification of colloid. So, we are not removing the impurities completely. Remember that in purification, we are reducing the amount of impurities to minimum as required for the lyophilic and lyophobic colloid to be stable. So, some methods which are used for purification of colloid, one is dialysis. Dialysis is the simplest method which we use for removing the electrolyte impurities present in a colloid. So, it can be defined as the process of removing the dissolved substances from a colloid by means of diffusion through a suitable membrane. So, when we say diffusion through a suitable membrane, the suitable membrane which is used is the parchment membrane or the animal membrane, which is selectively permeable. Selectively permeable means it will allow the only impurities to diffuse through the membrane. So, it can be animal membrane or parchment membrane or cellophane paper. These are the common membranes or the common selectively permeable membrane which are used for dialysis. So, what is done in dialysis? As in the figure you can see here that it is a container filled with pure water, and in that container filled with pure water, the colloid which has to be purified is suspended in pure water, and the bag in which the colloid is filled, that bag is made up of selectively permeable membrane. So, that selectively permeable membrane can be an animal membrane or parchment membrane or cellophane paper. So, it will allow only the impurities to diffuse through it. So, it is suspended in pure water and slowly the impurities will diffuse through this membrane into pure water. Hence, the water which is taken in the container in which the bag of sole or colloid is suspended, it should be replaced simultaneously, or else the diffusion will not take place. So, this setup is known as dialyzer. It is called as dialyzer, in which dialysis takes place. So, but this is a slow process. Diffusion takes place very slowly and it is time taking. So, if we want to speed up this dialysis process, we can apply an external electric field, and instead of simple dialysis, electrodialysis can be performed. Electrodialysis can be performed. So, in electrodialysis, an electric field is applied across the colloidal solution, that is, the two electrodes, charged electrodes are placed, and these charge electrodes, on passing electric current through these electrodes, the impurities present in the impure colloid, they diffuse out faster through the parchment membrane, and the particles which are negatively charged, they will move towards the positive electrode, and the particles which are positively charged will move towards the negative electrode. But you have to remember that colloid, it might contain only one kind of particle. So whatever particle it is having, it will move towards the oppositely charged electrode. If an electrolyte is present as an impurity, so electrolyte contains both cation and anion. So all the anions will move towards the positive electrode of the electric field, all the cations will move towards the negative electrode of the electric field of the electrode, and hence it will speed up. So the basic principle of dialysis and electrodialysis is same. The difference is dialysis, when carried out by applying external electric field, it is called as electrodialysis. Now the third method is ultrafiltration. In ultrafiltration, special type of filter papers are used, and those filter papers are called as ultrafilters. Now what is special about these filter papers? The pore size is special. The filter paper's pore size is special. It does not allow the impurities to pass through it. Hence, the normal filter paper, it is dipped in a collodion solution. The normal filter paper is dipped in a collodion solution, and as a result, the pores of the ordinary filter paper, their size becomes smaller. And what is this collodion solution? Collodion solution is 4% solution of nitrocellulose, 4% nitrocellulose in a mixture of alcohol and ether. In alcohol and ether. So this is known as collodion solution. So ordinary filter papers, they are dipped in collodion solution and they are dried, and later these are dipped in formaldehyde solution so that they become hard. So such filter papers are called as ultrafilters. So using ultrafilters, when a colloidal solution is filtered, the impurities cannot pass through the filter paper, through the ultrafilter paper. So by this we can purify a colloid. But again, ultrafiltration also is a slow process. So to speed up the process of ultrafiltration, pressure or suction is applied. So on applying pressure, the movement of the particles through the ultrafilter paper, that is movement of the colloidal solution through the ultrafilter paper, it becomes faster. So these are the three methods which are employed to purify a colloid.